And I was just meaning like they did a good job with her design, for the record.
When I see Kamala looks pretty, I'm like, hold up.
No, because like a lot of the like the faces and the designs and stuff are kind of ugly, but like she looks good. Like they did a good job with it.
I don't like what they did with Iron Man's mask. I don't like it.
You get caught up in the costumes, but there's alternate costumes.
True, but can you change the face slit? Does that change?
What are you talking
I don't know.
about?
The face, Iron Man's face part. Does that
Like there's
change?
different costumes.
I mean, yeah,
haven't
there's
seen
different costumes.
Okay, well the main one.
Honestly, I like the main one more
looks-
than the alternates.
Main one looks like he's C-3PO. Is all I'm saying. So I can change it. That's great.
The main one looks
Yeah.
like
But-
Iron Man. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
The other ones look
It's-
fucking garbage, honestly.
These aren't all of them either. This is just the beta ones.
Yeah, I'll stick to Mortal Kombat for my game of service game.
How many hours do I have in that now?
Mortal Kombat?
Because at least in Mortal Kombat, I don't have to rely on randos to carry me to victory, or to make me, or to lose victory, or whatever. It's
I mean,
all
me
my
and Thomas
fault.
were having fun when we could actually play together.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not gonna have anybody to play with. so
But you
that's-
can also play by yourself and have computer companions.
Is that gonna be as fun though? I don't think so. Based
It's
on what I
okay.
saw. Based on what I saw, I feel like you like Destiny. I'm sure Destiny's fine, single player wise, but I feel like to really enjoy it, you need to squad up.
I feel like this is better than Destiny single player. I can't play that single player because you die too easily.
That's because you're bad.
That's true.
Damn.
I'm sorry,
I mean,
but
yeah.
someone had to say it.
I'll have to. What I want to see is the mission variety. Like I was telling Thomas, like if it's it's not a question of whether I want to play the game at launch, because that's debatable right now.
Yeah.
But is it gonna be? Do I want to play it a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now? I have to see what they're doing, and I'd
You
rather
don't know
honestly,
their
I'd rather.
post-game ideas, right? Like mission-wise?
Yeah, they haven't said a roadmap.
Not really,
or
no.
anything.
Yeah.
So
There's
if-
gonna be
if-
hero missions with each new hero, like new story packs, but that's all we know.
I hope
So,
they.
yeah,
I hope they make raids. I'm
They
really
probably will.
hoping.
It's not. I don't know. I'll just keep playing Ultimate Alliance 3 because I'm still trying to complete that game. So I'll just stick with that.
Ultimate Alliance 3? Oh.
It's a fun game. It's a really fun game with a much bigger roster. Granted, it's not as graphically powerful, so there's the compromise.
mean,
But I still
don't-
like how it looks.
As someone who's like a really casual fan of superheroes and stuff, I don't need a big roster. I just need the names and like one or two like cool characters that I don't know about. As long as the moveset's really good, which so far it's pretty good, man. Like it's really
Yeah,
good.
I mean, like I said, if I played this game, I'd play Hulk because Hulk looks like the kind of thing I would want to play as.
Have you seen any of the stuff with the lasers regarding Iron Man?
No, I
Oh my
haven't
God,
because the
dude.
person
the
I
laser
watched played
combos
Hulk.
look sick as fuck.
They always do fun laser stuff with Iron Man. Him and Cap.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine that'd be cool. Captain, I didn't see anybody play Captain America that I was watching, but
He's not in the
I'd
beta.
He's not in the beta.
Oh, he's not.
No.
Okay, well that's disappointing.
Well, there's one section that you can play, but that's about it.
Right. And he plays
Oh,
really
okay.
like I wish he was in the beta because he would probably be my favorite.
acrobatic as fuck.
Yeah, he basically plays like Batman,
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
but with shield throws.
cool. Let's do this.
Instead of
I've
batarangs.
been recording.
Is
Yeah,
everyone
record.
recording?
Yup.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I put the Street Fighter news in there just so we don't get caught off guard last time.
Damn it.
It's in there. I put it in earlier today. I put it at 5:27.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
It says 6:27, but
Well, I'm in the correct time zone, so
Yeah.
that's-
which time zone's that?
That's what CST stands for, correct standard time.
Yep. Suck it, bitch.
It stands for cocky stupid time.
I mean, you're not wrong about that.
Ouch.
Alright. Hello everyone, welcome to the Charge Shot Gamescast. Each and every week, friends gather around, talk about the games and playing things going on in their lives. Today, I am Thomas, and I'm trying to figure out a way to introduce myself because I never introduced myself in the show for like 100
Yeah, you
and
do.
something episodes. No, I don't.
No, you say me, and then you say Ben, and then you say, and I'm Thomas.
No, you don't. No, I don't. Anyways,
I feel like,
I never introduced myself.
well, you're not important. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
I'm not. I'm really not. So that was Justin that was talking. And then we also have Ben.
I lost my train of thought. I got nothing this week. Yeah.
Thomas threw everyone off with his unimportant rant.
I need to discuss myself
That's fair.
with everyone
That's
that
true.
listens.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's begin with Justin. What have you been up to?
Yes.
I've actually played a few new things. I did more Paper Mario. That's still real good. It's gonna take a back burner this weekend because of Avengers, but I'll get back to that. But yeah, I got through the blue streamer, and then I'm in the desert, like, following the yellow streamer. And I understand why people cried in this game. Like, you wouldn't think that there would be, like, emotional moments in a Paper Mario game, but it does hit you. Like, the companions are nothing burgers in this game, but the emotional arcs they get are still really good. Like, the characterization is strong, even though they're just, hey, this one's a bomb. This one's a not Wizrobe. Kamek? Are they all Kameks? Magikoopa.
I haven't gotten that far, so you're ahead of me.
No, I know that's one of the companions.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay, I'm literally in the desert area. I just beat the fire elemental this morning, so okay, well that's good to know, I guess. But yeah, the fucking Nintendo game in 2020 made me cry over a fucking bomb.
Right? It's a really good scene. Like the way they build up to it and everything.
Yeah, I'll go over it when I talk about it because I need to talk about it because yeah,
that's fair. We can, this is the spoiler warning in advance for that. I'm not going to talk about it, but yeah, I'm getting the ring stuff down a little bit more, but I also just don't really care about it.
Yeah,
like I'm finding the combat is not important to me. It's a means to an end, but like I never take enough damage for it to really be a problem because usually, like if you get low, there'll be a bench nearby or, a heart to refill or whatever. Like, there's never that much threat of death. The only times I've died were in boss battles where I just didn't know what I was doing. And so it was, like, too much trial and error, and so, like, I got too many hits before I figured it out. But that's because those are puzzles, and, like, you don't normally have HP in a puzzle game. So...
Right.
It's a little different. But I do like the boss battles. Like, they were tricky at first, but I like the gimmicks in each one. Like, especially the rubber band guy. That whole section was great in general. Like, the musical theater, like, one-man band, one-man rubber band type thing. And
good.
I like that not everything is, a battle system. Like it is sometimes just you use your jump and your hammer out in the overworld and do stuff. And so that's like a really effective scene because it's like kind of, action RPG type right before the final, like the actual boss battle. So it moves quick and keeps it going.
Yeah, the West Side Story reference is when I went, oh my god, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and like it is still a battle because there's like, patterns to the enemy movements and stuff and you have to jump at the right time and that kind of thing.
Right.
But it's not like it doesn't take you to a different screen and to go through all that. Like it keeps the pace moving and I like that.
I think if they would have done that, it would have killed the pace for the game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But the fact that they didn't, they realized, okay, let's not overdo it. Let's just have them, do this part. Like, okay, they know that it's not imperative, so.
Yeah, they know that the battle system's not the most important part of the game, and so they use it when it's needed, and then, just let you be Mario when they want to keep the action going, and that's cool. It's a nice blend of, like, the classic Paper Mario and the Super Paper Mario, and then, whatever they want it to be now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that battle was really cool, because, like, the rubber band stuff kind of threw me off at first. Because I was looking around, and, like, there was, like, no down arrows to move down a row, and I was like, how do I get to him? Like, I can't. So I tried to just like move the developmental space to me, like up at the top, and then like I could use it, like, you basically use it to pull the rubber bands off of the rubber band man. Because he heals himself by sucking his rubber bands back into his body, which is, again, a really cool mechanic. And so I tried to just bring that to me, like, in the back row, and it, like, didn't do much of anything. It ended up healing more than I did damage to him.
You have to be close. Yeah, pretty
right.
much.
So, like, what I figured out eventually is each row has, like, some kind of rubber band on it, and you have to basically bounce off of the rubber band he put in place to go down to the next row. So you have to plan out, like, where the rubber bands are to bounce down to the next row and, like, lead you to where you need to go.
Right.
So it's like you're using the arrows that you always use, but you're also using the boss's own, like, mechanic against him. And that's really cool.
Yeah, it made me scratch my head like, okay, because the rubber bands I thought it would just take me down,
right? But
it just keeps you on the same path. So once I figured that out, everything, like, oh, okay, here to here to here. I kind of wish this was like a 3DS game in a way, so I could, like, use the minimap to, like, draw your path out, because I think that would have been a cool thing, just, like, as an idea. But
I'll kind of, like, I move the ring, and so, like, I kind of keep track of it by, like, okay, this ring takes me here, and then, like, you know, I kind of track it that way just in my mind.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it one row at a time.
Right.
But that also makes it really slow. Like, I almost always have to buy more time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, that just confused me because, like, the first, like, the colored pencils, they, like, blocked certain squares or whatever. And so, like, I figured, you know, wherever those rubber bands are going, it's going to be blocking where, like, I need to go. So it's each one is an entirely, like, unique puzzle combat system, and it's really cool. It keeps things fresh.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, my weekly Harvest Moon update, I've been helping my wife get settled in her game, and so I've kind of been learning some things just by, like, she asks a question and I have to look it up. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. But I haven't done too much in that because of Paper Mario, but I did get a coffee cow that I named Mooka.
That's good,
right?
I'm very happy really good.
And then I got another chicken that I named Nando. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm also, like, I'm wooing all the girls. I haven't decided on who I want yet, so I'm just going for all of them, and then because I think you get, like, a reward, like, you get power berries or something like that for each one that you get up to, like, a certain heart level. So the only way to get all of the power berries is to basically whore yourself out to all the suitors before you pick which one you want to marry. So I feel a little dirty about that, but also my stamina doesn't last through the day, and, you know, my wife wants my stamina to last, so she'll understand. Let's see. Aside from that, I jumped into a little bit of Fall Guys, that came out on Tuesday, and that game's super fun. I was playing by myself for a while, just because, like, I wanted to try it, and the servers weren't very stable, so I was like, I'm just gonna go in, like, not have to worry about, you know, someone else crashing and, like, losing connection and all that stuff. So I did a good amount of solo matches, which doesn't really matter if you play with a party, because there's, like, 60 people in there. So, I mean, even if you have, like, 4 people, you still have, you know, a 20% chance of making it to the end at most. And even then, like, the team matches, your entire party could get wiped out if your team loses. So it's not really that different playing alone. It's not like a Fortnite or whatever where you squad up and, like, can bring your team to victory or whatever. Anyway, that game's really fun. It's just kind of a collection of mini games that are mostly, like, obstacle course based. There's a few that are pretty weak, like a matching game that I didn't really care for. But for the most part, it's just randomly selected obstacle course mini games. And the goal is to, like, qualify for the next round by, you know, either being the first one to the finish line or the first of however many to the finish line. Or, like, outlasting everyone for a time limit. Or, like, there's team matches where you just have to, like, you want to not be the lowest team, because, like, the team that gets the least amount of points just everyone on that team loses, that kind of thing. Definitely there's better mini games than others, and despite getting like 15 or 20 games in, there's still a few mini games I haven't seen. And some that I've seen like every time I've played.
Yeah.
So that's a little annoying.
So it's like Mario Party.
The Fall Guy game. Sort of, yeah. But like the one that I feel like is the epitome of Fall Guys, which is like a floor that drops out when you stand on the hexes or whatever. So you have to like, you have to keep moving so you don't drop down to the next level.
Have you seen the text?
I haven't played that one yet.
Oh,
I have.
Okay, where the guy drops all the way to the bottom?
Yeah. And then just hops
fucking brilliant.
in a circle. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play that one. Like, to me, that is the definition of the game. But I haven't gotten to it. It sucks.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah. So, like, it's still in open access or whatever. Like, it's, there's a lot of content to come to it. So the main things I hope they add are private lobbies, where you can just get, like, a number of your friends into a match together. So it's not 60 people, but let's say, like, anywhere from, like, 8 to 20 people in a party or something that is all people you know. Like, Twitch streamers, I think, would take advantage of this really well. And you can party up with everyone, and then, like, you choose the games you want to play each round. So, like, everyone can vote on which one they want to do, and the one that gets the most votes wins, or something like that, instead of it just being random. So you can kind of negate some of the ones that probably no one likes. And I think that kind of, like, local party mode would do the game wonders for the people that don't really like the randomness of it all. Because it sucks to get to, like, the second to last round, and then end up on, like, a crappy team game, where, like, you're crushing it, but the rest of your team's not doing anything, so you still lose. In spite of how well you did.
Welcome to League of Legends. Sorry.
Fair. But yeah, I do really enjoy the game. I wish the cosmetics and stuff unlocked a little faster. Because there's a lot of stuff you can get.
Yeah, this one takes a while, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can become a furry.
I want to be a hot dog.
No one wants your hot dog.
I want my hot dog. And finally, not to bury the lead, but the Avengers beta started today for PS4 pre-order members.
The what beta?
Marvel's Avengers.
That small indie game that came out?
The Game of the Year 2020.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was getting a beta. No idea.
Anyway, Ben's doing a bit because he's dumb and doesn't care about it. So I was originally frustrated because the game was supposed to come out at like 9 p.m. So like right about podcast time. But it said it came out at 9 p.m. like local time zone. So I thought I'd trick the system and change my time zone to Australia, where it would basically come out at like 7 a.m. my time. And so like I got up, loaded up the game to see if it worked, and it did. I was like, yay, I tricked the system. And then I saw online that like a lot of other people were playing.
Literally everyone on the internet did this.
Yeah, no. They launched it early.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that part.
So like I didn't realize that I didn't trick the system. I don't know if I could have though. Like that's the thing. I don't know if it would have worked otherwise. But apparently they just launched it like at midnight.
Okay.
And called it a day for everyone.
Yeah, I mean that's
which makes way more sense. Yeah. So I was very happy. I got to play more of that today than I would have expected to before podcast time. And it's really fun. Like, the A-Day mission's a little rough. It's a nice tutorial for each of the characters, but, like, I don't know if it's just the beta version or what, but the transition from cutscene to gameplay was choppy.
Yeah, this game in general has a lot of frame rate issues.
Well, no, I don't even mean that. I just mean, like, it would be showing a cutscene, and then, like, it would, like, go to black, and then you'd just be, like, dropped into the game as playable. And I'd be like, what? Okay. Like, I didn't feel like that cutscene was over.
You get spoiled by Final Fantasy VII, where it's, like, cutscene, and then camera turns action.
I mean, even Spider-Man is like that, though.
Okay, but I was
which
using
is another
the
Marvel
recent-
game.
Just well-polished video games do that.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. There
So
you go.
like I'm not sure if maybe like I don't think the beta is the most recent build or anything. I think this is like they had it available and they put it out for people.
There might be fewer bugs in like the retail version, but I think this is for the most part what we're going to get.
I kind of hope not. Like
Oof.
I don't mean that to say the game is bad. It's not. It's
Oof.
very fun. But like presentation wise, it's rough.
There's issues.
Yeah. So, like, it does have a lot of frame rate issues. Like, anytime there's action happening, which, it's a superhero team-up game.
Oh, no.
It looks like a, with that painterly style, like the watercolor. It looks like a watercolor painting.
Oh, no.
It's not that bad. Come on.
No, do you have a PS4
Is
Pro?
it- do you-
or...
do
I'm
you
using a
guys think-
PS4 regular.
Okay.
It's not
Yeah,
that bad. It goes down to maybe 20 frames, but
I don't
Oh.
mean, like, the
Oh.
way it looks.
That
like-
sounds awful.
When it's fairly quiet and everything, like, the game is very pretty. You can take in the sights, it's nice. But for some reason, like, when the action hits, it just, like, it blurs. It looks like the resolution lowers or something.
Just
I
you're describing my...
I don't
Like-
see that happen on mine. But okay.
Part of it could be my monitor, but it definitely seems like there's an adaptive resolution at play there.
Yeah.
You're
it could
describing
be.
my experience.
I just
on
haven't
Arkham Knight
noticed
on
that's
PC.
all.
Yeah. And yeah, the frame rate's rough. Especially like swinging around the city. Like the characters that can swing. The swinging motion is not smooth at all. And some of the like the fancy finishers and stuff get pretty chuggy. But like all that's just technical performance. It's stuff they can work out later in patches.
Hopefully.
The game itself is very fun. Like
Yeah,
the variety of characters in there that are playable all feel drastically different. Obviously they have similar progression modes because you have to be able to get around the map. The fact that you can pick any character means they have to kind of work the same way, even if they might go through the level in different ways.
Like everyone's
Because-
got like a ranged attack. Everyone's got like a heavy attack that can break
Yeah.
barriers, stuff like that.
And just from a progression standpoint, like obviously Iron Man can fly, but like a Black Widow can't, for example. So she has to use like a grapple cling to kind of swing around, like swing on tree branches and stuff to reach and do like more platforming to reach the higher up areas that Iron Man can just fly up to. And like Hulk, he's just big. He bounds a lot. Like he jumps very high.
He just jumps.
And so like he could do kind of like a wall jumps and like kind of climb up like rough surfaces, but he also like he big boy. So
Can he climb up any surface, or is there like designated surfaces he can climb up?
it's designated
Damn it!
because otherwise you'd be able to break the game.
True, I
But
guess.
it's a lot of surfaces.
Okay.
Like they say it's like surfaces with scratch marks, but it definitely seems like it's more than that.
Yeah, it's like that, and then also places that are like vertical that you can climb up and like mantle onto.
It's a progression move. It's not like a, you can go anywhere thing. Yeah. But then like Kamala Khan also like she can swing with her arms. Like she just kind of, flings her arm out and grabs onto things. Yeah. So like that's really satisfying. And I can see where Spider-Man's going to be really fun
Oh yeah.
because of those similar things.
What if you have to unlock web slicking?
No.
They won't do that
What
because
if-
they have a whole bunch of stuff that's already unlocked for your character.
Okay, I'm just joking, but I would find that hilarious, honestly.
They'll probably do like different like web shooters or something like that.
Mhm.
Oh, for sure, like different. Yeah, that I could see, but I would laugh. Get
Yeah.
Spider-Man to level 5 to web sling.
I mean, he wouldn't be able to progress the levels then. Like they're very vertical,
You
surprisingly.
can crawl. You can crawl up like things.
Yeah.
It's a wall crawler.
True. But yeah, so like they all feel very different. Like I was telling Thomas when we were playing earlier that I wish Thor was in the game.
Yeah, same. Big same.
Because like when he was Iron Man, I didn't want to play one of the characters that could just swing around because he kept leaving me behind. He's like, I can fly. I don't need you guys.
Screw you guys.
So it's like
the real Tony Stark.
You almost have to have multiple people that can fly in order to like keep up with each other.
Oh.
Yeah,
so
and at
hurts.
first, like it was impossible to tell where each other were because there's no like on-screen like indicator at all. But there's a button like you press up on the D-pad, and then like it just shows you where everybody is, where like all the like the hidden chests are, and stuff like that.
Where your objective is. Like,
yeah.
I wish you could just keep that on.
I like the toggle because I just need to like click it up once and then see where like I can just remember where everything is.
Yeah, but it doesn't last very long.
No, you have to stand still and that's it.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I said, each character kind of has like similar progression methods, like as far as getting around the maps, but they play drastically different. Like I mostly focused on Kamala and Black Widow because I thought they were both really fun. But I did play the A-Day stuff. I really liked Captain America. I thought he was super cool. He kind of had like that Batman fighting style, but with a shield. It was very, very brutal, very like crowd control. A lot of triangle, circle finishers. He was very much a brawler. But the first mission, like the first story mission you play, is exclusively as Hulk. Kamala's there with him, but like she's kind of doing her own thing, and you actually play as Hulk. And that mission made me realize I don't really like Hulk. He's fine, but it was a fairly like closed in like interior mission, and he just felt too big.
I mean, he is the Hulk.
I know. But I'm just saying, like, I didn't enjoy playing as him because, like, just getting around the corridors and stuff felt clunky. With such a big character. To squeeze through. And, like, when you find treasure chests and stuff, like, the camera's more zoomed out so that he doesn't take up the entire screen. And so those kinds of things are just, they're smaller. Like, it's harder to see the things that you can pick up and stuff.
I didn't have that problem.
Hulk didn't find chest.
I mean, my computer monitor like isn't as good of a quality. Like if I was playing on the 4K TV, it probably wouldn't have been as much of a problem.
Hulk can't find chest.
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. But like, I mean, he's a good character. I just didn't particularly enjoy playing as him, and I felt like the really big jump he has was kind of hard to judge, like where it was going to land. The other characters had more natural movement. It was easier to control them.
Yeah, I doubt Hulk knows where he's gonna land half the time.
Right. Like he feels accurate to Hulk, but that's not necessarily a good thing when you're playing as him.
His jump's a little bit floaty.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Which it was the same in like Hulk Ultimate Destruction, for example, but that was like almost exclusively open worlds.
He does a lot of really great ground smashes, though.
Yeah.
Like, there's a bunch of enemies, like, below you. You just jump down and wipe them all out instantly.
Mm-hmm. But that's why I like Kamala, because she has very similar attacks. Like, she makes her limbs big to do smashes and things like that.
Yeah.
But she's still fairly small. So
and
it's like she's kind of got that best of both worlds. Yeah. Like, she's easier to control just, like, going around the map. But then when you get into combat, she kind of, like, she fights more like Hulk than anyone else. So she's really cool.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun, man. Like, I know nothing about this character, and, like, the only thing I know is what I've played in the beta. And, like, I've become not a fan, but, like, I really like her.
It's pretty accurate, actually. Like, they didn't go into her origin, but I think they do in the full game. But she's basically, like, she's an Avengers fangirl that gets hit with the Terrigen Crystal and becomes an Inhuman.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, she takes the moniker Ms. Marvel because Captain Marvel is her favorite. And she, that's her mentor, kind of,
right.
Except they've never met. So, so yeah, that's why, like, her power set and stuff is nowhere near the same, but the name is similar because she wanted to be Marvel. So, like, I love that scene when she's like going through the base
Yeah.
and like finding all the trinkets and stuff. She's like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh man, that's so cool!" Like that is very true to her character, and it's a great moment in the beta.
It's just like relatable for people that are playing the game because like if you're
Right.
playing this game, you're probably a Marvel fan or you watched all the movies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you're geeking out with her. You're like, oh shit, that's from Captain America, the first Avenger. That's the Shield.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I mean, she is like the audience surrogate. That's kind of the point. Is like all the others have been superheroing for years. She just got, slapped in the face with a crystal and given powers and has to deal with that. So this is all new to her.
My sex tape slaps the crystal. Coming out now.
I mean, Crystal is also an Inhuman, so you could get slapped by her.
Oh, I would love for her to slap me. Cheeky, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, then aside from that, I mostly played as Black Widow. I wanted to switch it up because we're doing some like easier missions, and I didn't want to keep using Kamala because she was way stronger than the missions required. So I figured it'd be a good chance to level up another character. And once I switched over to Black Widow, actually, I liked her a lot too. She's very much the like agile brawler, but she has a lot of really cool midair combos. And like her ultimate, she pulls out like an electrified bow staff and just goes to town. Like it feels really powerful and satisfying to use. But her kind of cool thing is her grapple. So aside from just being used to like, get up on high ledges and stuff for progression, she can also just shoot the grapple out and like pull enemies toward her or pull herself to enemies. So again, it kind of feels like Spider-Man. And you can combo that in with different other attacks and stuff too. So like I just got an upgrade on my skill tree where if you use the grapple to parry an attack, you can follow it up with like a midair kick as you like fly over to them. And like do, big damage and knock them over. But then she also has like her stun baton, various other things. She has a gun, of course, that you can get an upgrade to charge it and like do like a 3 pew combo. That's more powerful. And yeah, she's very, down to earth character, like just like Black Widow is, but she's still like, you understand how she can go toe to toe with the Avengers. Cause she's just very agile and satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in the full game, I'm probably gonna spend a lot of time with Captain America, so I'm excited for that.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know if we want to skip Ben for now and you continue your Avengers thoughts while we're on that train.
Yeah, we've talked about it quite a bit. I'll just say because I played Iron Man mostly. Like, I played a lot of Kamala because they force you to play both Hulk and Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
For the first 2 missions, but like I really liked her moveset and everything with her. But I decided to go with Iron Man just because, fly around and shoot stuff.
Yeah.
And he has 3 different sets of projectiles. He has repulsors, lasers, and missiles. I haven't unlocked missiles yet. I just unlocked it before we started. But you can switch it on the fly, like during combat. You don't have to like swap out like loadouts or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So and all the laser stuff looks sick. Like all the laser combos, like it's a lot of AoE and like focused damage attacks, which looks really cool. The last
particle effects.
Yeah, the last mission we were doing was actually pretty
so long.
Yeah, it was kind of more like a strike. It wasn't like if I was to relate this to Destiny. The ones that we did in the beginning, which I have, and it's the comparisons are there. Like you cannot talk about this game without talking about Destiny.
There are some comparisons, yes.
But yeah, the first like couple of things that we did was basically just run into a base, clear out a room, run into the second room, clear out those guys, and then that was it. And those are more like adventures in Destiny, where it's very short. Some kind of someone's talking like Jarvis or something, and that's it. But this one was more of like a strike where you start off in a place, you infiltrate, you go in, and then there's like multiple things that you have to do, like hacking terminals and destroying I don't know what to call them, like batteries or something to take out the
There's like reactor cores.
Yeah, reactor cores. and stuff
But
like
then
that.
there were some optional things too that you could like you didn't have to do.
Yeah.
But you could like rescue someone like caught under a base,
Mm-hmm.
and there was like a priority target that you could go take out like as a bounty.
Yeah.
And those kinds of things like they clear out like sub objectives that just get you extra experience and stuff. And then also like there's usually good loot there too because it's a it's a side area.
Yeah.
So it's like I like the way they kind of pepper in those like heroic things.
Mm-hmm.
And like make the world feel more alive because you might be on your way to an objective and then like find some treasure, just like exploring around, like jumping around on platforms and stuff. The enemies themselves don't drop a lot of loot or anything.
No.
It's mostly resources to upgrade your loot, but so you have to like actually explore the map and find these side areas, like shield bunkers, like hidden shield bunkers and things like that, to get the good loot.
Yeah.
So it kind of mixes things up and it prevents that normal looter shooter grind of just like speed running through to get to the end of the objective, which I always hate.
I think people are still gonna do that because there's guaranteed drops at the end. Like the one that we just did. If we just sped through that and just got to the end, we would have gotten a guaranteed blue or rare.
Yeah.
So I can see people just running the same one over and over for the quickest amount of time to get more loot.
But like when it's that long and there's a lot of really good stuff that you can get along the way, I don't see why you wouldn't get that stuff too.
Maybe it just won't be worth it in the long run, But anyways,
Maybe.
I could just see people doing that just because, say you could beat a mission in like 3 minutes, or the other option is you do everything, and that's 10 minutes. People are going to do the 3 minutes like 3 times and get 3 guaranteed drops. The other ones aren't guaranteed. That's the only thing I'm thinking about.
But I think those sub objectives would still be worth it.
It could be. It depends. It depends on what the drops are like.
Yeah. It's hard to tell what the tail in this game is going to be because it's just a beta. So like even with this, the progress doesn't carry over to the full game. So I mean, this is kind of where you can just like screw around and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just figure out how it all works because you're going to lose it all anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but it gives you a chance to experiment more.
Mm-hmm. You don't feel locked into your choices.
Yeah. They also have like a season pass type thing with each character. You can level it up to level 40, I believe. And it's actually not that bad. We did like a couple missions and I was already 2 levels like up.
Yeah, you have daily and weekly challenges that go towards that.
Yeah. And some of them can be a pain in the ass, some of them can be really easy.
Mm-hmm. I had one that said like you have to it wasn't kill, it was hurt 3 enemies in a row without touching the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty hard on its own to like, bop different enemies and then go but you have to do it 5 times. So that's more challenging.
That sounds like a Bayonetta toot or like a Bayonetta trial.
Yeah, and it was specifically a Black Widow challenge, which, like I said, she has some good mid-air combos, but also she has like multiple attacks that just like dive bomb. So like if you might hit 2 enemies and then just dive bomb and miss the third.
Air combo.
Is there a way like that you're in a group of enemies, you could swing up somehow and then just shoot like 3 enemies?
You could grapple up to them. Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
That would work.
You just need to damage them, so I figured just pull out your gun and shoot 3 enemies if there's a lot there. I don't know.
But you'd have to do it while in the air.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go slow down or anything when you're falling.
I don't know. I haven't played a whole lot as her, so I don't know how I would do that.
Yeah.
But Iron Man's was really easy. It was basically just like, do 3 of this mission, and then do kill 60 enemies while you're flying, and it's like, I'm Iron Man, I'm always flying, so I'm always shooting dudes. It was like simple stuff like that.
Can you go to the ground as Iron Man, like if you wanted to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you can just fly once you're on the ground and just land if you're in the air, like anytime.
He plays like basically every character from Anthem.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like you hit a button to hover, and then you can, ascend and descend.
Yeah.
And then if you click in the stick, he shoots off flying.
Yeah.
Just like Anthem.
Yeah, it's basically Anthem.
Which we said was an Iron Man game, so they nailed it.
Yeah. And then he has his ultimate, which is a Hulkbuster.
Mm-hmm.
He just summons
I've
it.
seen that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
That
fun.
looks cool.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Not all of the ultimates are created equally, I'll say that.
That's a shame.
I like
Yeah.
I like Kamala's ultimate. She just gets big and then she like punts enemies like nothing's like, get the fuck out of here. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some good stuff. Also, she can heal herself, so that's broken. There's gonna be some broken stuff in this game for sure.
She was busted in Ultimate Alliance 3. Like, she's literally one of the best characters in that game, especially if you're talking about damage and shield breaking.
She's great.
So,
That reach is crazy.
yeah.
Although it's funny because her ranged weapon is just like, throwing her fist out.
Right.
So she actually doesn't have a lot of range to her range.
Yeah.
That's her one weakness, I think.
I think that's gonna be it for me for Marvel. Do you have anything else, Justin?
No, I mean, I did want to talk about the missions, but we kind of covered that. There is some pretty good mission variety. So, like, I know sometimes with these kind of things, like, especially from a beta standpoint, it can be pretty repetitive, but there's a lot of content in this beta.
Yeah,
Which I was worried about at first because I was like, oh, so it's the same, like, they're not, like, expanding the beta, they're just adding more people to it each weekend.
Oh, okay.
Like, am I gonna run out? But, like, there's a lot of content there, so I think it'll be fine for, a month's worth of weekends.
Yeah, you get a lot of like in-game currency to unlock the levels as well for each character. It's not that expensive. I don't know if they're going to change that in the full release or not. And that's the only way you can get any of the cosmetic stuff, like the nameplates, the suits, the taunts, or emotes rather, stuff like that.
I got an emote from leveling up.
Yeah, you probably leveled up your pass.
I don't know. It happened when I leveled up.
You should check your pass, because I'm pretty sure all the emotes are in the pass.
Yeah, maybe. It could have been a coincidence.
Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, I would have loved to have played Thor, because I think when I was first watching this, I was like, I'm interested in playing him the most. But we'll see.
I'm kind of surprised he wasn't in there when they showed him off in the war table.
Right.
Maybe they just, they arbitrarily held back 2 characters. Like, I'm sure they're all ready, but they just didn't want to give you everyone for the beta.
Yeah. And there's, no story reason why these guys are with you, in the beta, anyways. They just, unlock them. It's like, here, you go play with these guys now. But I'm sure in the main game, you'll, unlock them by playing through the main game.
Yeah, it seems like... Because I think the first 2 missions you do, at least, the first 2 story missions... It's Kamala and Hulk going to find the rest of the Avengers.
Right.
That have all been scattered.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the later story missions would bring in Iron Man and Natasha, and that's why they're they're just unlocked because you don't play those story missions. But it is a little weird in context.
Yeah, it's just a bit. I think you'll end up doing a story mission where you'll find the other ones. It's like a get the band back together type of story.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty fun, man. I'm having a good time playing it. Actually, after this pod, I'm probably gonna go play some more. I'm pretty close to finishing my dailies and weeklies, and see, this game already has its hooks in me, man.
Yeah,
I just gotta finish my
a
daily and weekly.
It's a good grind.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I've seen a lot of articles and stuff saying that it has a loot problem, which I can kind of get to an extent because the loot gets a little samey. But I like the way it works, where, you upgrade each part with your resources. So, you might get something better, but the thing you already have equipped has, good stats on it, so you can just keep upgrading it and make it better than what you just found. So, it encourages you to keep your loot longer. Unless you just find something else that has, a better buff or something that you like more, but similar stats, and then you swap it out and start upgrading that thing instead. So I think that's kind of cool. And, it does bother me that the gear you equip is not cosmetic in any way.
Yeah.
Because it'll be things like a chest plate but you don't see it.
And also, like, when you're equipping it, it's actually showing it on the guy, like, where it would be.
Yeah.
And, like, it looks like they're showing off what the thing looks like.
But it's like an aura.
Yeah, it's so weird, man. It's so
It
weird.
reminds me of like the gravity suit from Metroid Other M, where it's like they didn't actually give you a gravity suit, they just put a purple aura around your Varia suit.
Do you think they, like, at first thought, like, they would change up, like, the cosmetics with each item, and then they're like, no, we have to keep it like this, like Disney wants them like this color or whatever?
I'm almost certain that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because there was... Oh, it was Battlefront. Like, they couldn't do like cosmetic pieces or whatever for the licensed characters.
Yeah, that's right.
They just had like different costumes unlocked for them.
Yeah.
Because they had to make sure it was all accurate to the universe.
Yeah.
So like you can't change their iconic costumes. But that creates a major disconnect between the gear, which is just stat boosts, and the cosmetics, which are totally unrelated to your gear.
And
it feels weird.
And Hulk's gear is so weird. It's like, I'm gonna replace my ribs with these other ribs.
Yeah, that was actually really funny. You're like, I wonder if these ribs are better than my old ribs.
It's so ridiculous, man. But yeah, it's a good time. I'm really excited to be playing this.
Agreed.
Alright, so I guess we'll move into Ben if you have nothing else to say.
Yeah, I'm good.
So I played Devil May Cry 5 a lot because it's leaving Game Pass soon, and oh my god, I already knew this game was amazing from watching Max play it, but it's another experience. It's another thing to experience it all together. Nero is so much fun, especially when you start chaining the arm stuff and you get the new arms. I got the rocket arm.
That's
I got
my
the
favorite
one that goes in a whip. Oh, it's so good. Some of them I don't like, but I like that you can change out your loadout. So that's cool. And dude, I don't know what you're talking about. V is fucking awesome. I love playing as V. Like, just the idea, like it's different for sure. Like, if there's a disconnect, I won't lie, but I love the fact that like I can observe the battle while I have my two familiars kick ass. It's great, and of course the combo structure is the attack system is pretty much the same for all characters. You know, RB, hold back X, you know, stuff like that. So that's the same. So it feels cool. Like, okay, you do this. I don't know if there's a way to like make them attack different targets because they generally attack the same thing. Unless it's space my position. I haven't figured that out yet. But
that's why I don't like them. It's unclear what they're doing. Because you're not controlling yourself attacking, you're controlling other things attacking. But you're doing it from your position. It's weird. I
mean, I pretty much understood it. Like, why? Like, it's pretty much the same combo. You press, like, for the Y, you get the Panther. And, like, you do Y, stop. Y gives you a different attack. If you do R, hold RB back and Y, that gives you a different attack. R up B, that gives you a different attack.
No, I understand, like, how the combos work. I'm just saying, like, the idea of the buttons you're putting in aren't you fighting. It's you sending someone else out to fight. Is just complicated.
It's not. I didn't find it complicated at all. I felt like it felt natural. It felt awesome. The only disconnect was like I kept focusing on, and it didn't happen too much when I was like noticing, trying to watch their health and my health. But that's the challenge. But then like, you know, you just dodge. But I loved it. I loved that he was so different and unique. I didn't struggle with it at all. I thought he was the most fun to play as. Oddly enough, Dante is the one I didn't like playing as much, just because of the style system, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was cool. Yeah. I don't have much Devil May Cry games, so I don't really know how he's played before. I thought that stuff was cool, and you can switch styles on the fly, so like that was neat. But I felt Nero felt more flowy to me, like everything flowed together versus Dante. Like, I like that, you know, you can stick with a style that's parry, that has a parry. You have the gunslinger run. I like that stuff. It just, I feel like I need to put more work into Dante to make Dante fun. I don't like that they basically wait, in order to get you to get tutorials Dante, they basically stop the story as Nero gets his ass kicked by, I'm guessing it's fucking Virgil. It's totally Virgil. the demon thing, and makes you find out what happened to Dante, Trish, and Lady.
Yeah.
I felt like that whole thing was unnecessary because I'm like, I want to get back to Nero. Why he's dying and wasting her time with Dante. That
It
kind of
jumps
killed
around
it
a
little bit for me.
lot.
Yeah. That being said, naked lady, nice. I haven't gotten to Trish yet. But oh my god, the amount of times Nico just comes the fuck out of nowhere with the van, it's never not funny. And
you never know where she's gonna come from.
Exactly. And her and Nero's snaps at each other is always freaking hilarious. That's some of the best parts of the game for me is just them like talking to each other and just them snipping back at each other. I really like V, and namely his voice actor. Like he just sounds mysterious, you know. I want to know what he's going on about. Why is he always so fucking tired? I like the game. I just think I like Nero more, and I think while I wouldn't play V over Nero, I don't mind when I'm forced to play as V. Because when I was given the choice to play as Nero or V, I went to Nero.
Mm-hmm.
I did like in one of the story sections where like you have to choose between them. You see, if you look to your left, you can see Nero or V fighting. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And there's actually a section where they're fighting alongside you. I'm like, that's so fucking cool.
That's actually another player.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's basically ghost data of someone else playing as the other character that you didn't choose.
Wow, that's crazy.
Badass. Because I know it says starring this. I'm like, what is that? I remember hearing about that. But again, this game's been out for almost a little over a year and a half now. So it's great. I'm trying to beat it before at least Gamecast. But if it doesn't, it's like only $25. I'll probably want to fucking own this game, honestly. Because there's not a tremendous amount of DLC that's worth for it, except for the Mega Man Mega Buster. And that's like $4, whatever. I'll buy that. But yeah, definitely a good game. But the other game I played just so I can see it actually run well is I played surprisingly Arkham Knight again. I'm just determined to play the entire Arkham series this fucking summer, I guess. God, I'm not gonna lie. I hate to say this. I think it still looks better on my PC. Because I feel like there's some anti-aliasing issues going on the Xbox version. And on my PC version, I could definitely like everything will look more crisp. That being said, it didn't run as well, so that could be an issue with the game. To the fact that the PC port was not good initially, and they never really fixed it, or in a combination of my PC not being powerful enough to handle everything at once. But it looks good, and it still looks really good regardless. Especially when I'm in that oh so cool Batman '89 costume. Even the Nolan costume looks really cool, honestly, in this universe. Not much to say on it, other than it feels cool to finally do those Batmobile sections and not have to worrying about the game just stopping because it's loading in something. So that feels good. I'm probably gonna play more as we go along. What I want to do is I eventually want to complete the damn game and see the true ending, because I still haven't looked it up on YouTube. I know I said I wasn't going to do all the Riddler shit again, but here I am doing all the Riddler shit again. What do you know?
You hate yourself.
I'm a sick son of a bitch. I've done it for every single game now. I got to do it for Night, man. I have to do it for Night. But the game that's really mattered to me this week has been Paper Mario: The Origami King, which has been the most pleasant surprise of 2020. Just because every other game I played, like I knew it was going to be good, or had an inkling it was going to be good. I didn't want to touch this game when this game came out, and very good. I just beat the fire elemental. That dungeon was probably my least favorite. It's not bad. It was over. It was over before I thought it got started. Is all. I feel like the other one's a little bit more memorable. The desert though is, oh my god, it's so great. I won't spoil anything for what's in the desert, but there's a nice that's a nice little reference if you understand America. But I need to talk about how like this game like legit hooked me with the story of Bomb, aka Babam, aka Bobby, as his nickname. So yeah, Bobby. As like I think after you beat the first area and you're taking the tram to Autumn Mountain, which oh my god, that area, that's so far still my favorite area in the game. With the Shogun Studios. Oh god, that area is so fucking cool. You meet a Babam whose name is Bobby, and he has amnesia. and he's basically just traveling around the world, trying to get his memories back. And he basically tags on your companion, and he doesn't really do anything in battles. Like occasionally he'll like tackle an enemy. For the most part, he trips, which is hilarious. So he doesn't work in the traditional way that companions work in like older Paper Mario games, which, you know, some old school Paper Mario fans won't like. But then again, old school Paper Mario fans are too busy bitching about everything else to play this game, so it doesn't matter. And you meet Bobby, and Bobby's kind of like the comedic relief. Like, there's a point where, like, you go in tall grass, and Bobby just disappears. And, like, where the fuck did he go? And then you realize he's just chilling with this shy guy with the sombrero. And he's like, you know what? Having friends is cool. Like, Bobby's just, like, this real laid-back bomb. So there comes a point where, and this is going to be spoiler territory, so this is your last warning. And, you know, Bobby kind of grows endearing. Like, he's just very chillax, just a cool bomb to hang out with, right? He doesn't have the best personality, but he just, like, is a good friend to have. So there comes a point where you're going, after you beat the blue streamer, you go down, you're going to the yellow streamer. And, like, I thought, oh, we're gonna get Weston up in here, which I was completely off, just because of the music. But you don't. The Origami King shows up. Olive, I think that's her name. Brother shows up, and he's basically, you know what? I'm gonna give you one more chance to say fuck these paper people and join me. And of course, you know, being Olive, she's like, no, I won't. Stop being mean to these paper people. And he fucking smushes her with a boulder, which is like, oh my god, that's fucked up. So, and then I looked at the boulder. I looked at Bobby, I went, oh no. And then Bobby does this hilarious thing where he walks away, he goes to stand on top of a canyon, his eyes narrow, and I went, oh no. And he goes, I know how to save her. We have to go to the Great Sea. I'm like, wait, what? So like, okay, you take a minor detour, which I won't spoil this part because it's actually a nice surprise, but the Great Sea part is really cool, and you're actually going to go back. I think you go back there. Because one of the streamers leads there. You go find a thing. You go find this little yellow security box, and that Bobby was looking for. And he says, inside this box is what we need to save Olive. I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking, Bobby, please don't do it. Don't do what bombs do. Anybody knows what bombs do. And I thought, okay, well maybe inside the box there's something in there that'll save him and her at the same time, right? Me and my nativity, as I say. So you go back, and like, Bobby starts fucking telling you a story about like how he lost his memory, how they're on this fucking cruise ship, shit goes down, and his fuse gets knocked off. And I never noticed it, honestly. I didn't pay any attention. Like he doesn't have a fuse on his head the entire time, and I'm like, oh shit. And maybe it's just I wasn't being observant, because you don't fight bombs in this game at all, at least so far. I think he's the first one you see, and so like he then tells you that like what was in the box was his friend's fuse, that who apparently was killed in an accident. And so he kept that fuse as to remember him. He even whispers, "Thank you for the fuse, friend." So he puts the fuse on.
Wow.
And he even makes a fucking exploding pun right before he does, and he goes, "I'm sorry, I'm kind of nervous." I'm like, and I'm playing this at work, not knowing this is gonna happen, and like he blows himself up to save Olive. And literally, like, I just put the switch down, and I just sat there. I'm like, did I just fucking go through? Am I crying for a fucking bomb?
A kamikaze bomber.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? And what's even worse, not in the good way, is that like Olive finds out, and of course, like when other people start crying, I start crying even more. Olive can't handle it because like they were like buddies. Like she nicknamed him Bobby. She goes in. You have to console her, and she's unconsolable. So you walk out of this room, and and you see Bobby's ghost, And he basically tells her, like, look, man, you have to cheer her up. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to do anything, and you need her help. And it's like, motherfucker. Like, if you, like, I would have, there's 100 games that came out this year probably that will pull your fucking heartstrings, right? That you could guess based on the title, based on numerous things. If you would have told me in the year of our Lord, 2020, that Paper Mario the Origami King, which dropped out of fucking nowhere because we had no, heard no rumors of a development at all, and that it would have made me cry over a goddamn Babam, I would have told you to get the fuck out of my face because you're lying. And they aren't. And like that to me is like why this game is so amazing, because while the combat system isn't exactly amazing all the time, it's good when it's there when it needs to be. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Its writing is not overtly, it's not simplistic, but it's sophisticated enough to where it feels like there's good world building and there's good emotional moments where, like, I fucking felt something. That moment where Bobby kills himself doesn't work if you don't give a shit about what's going on. And that's how I know this fucking game was for me. And of course the puzzles and all that stuff, like, but yeah. It's amazing. And I hope people who were like hesitant on this game, pick it up. I mean, obviously I know Paper Mario clowns are not going to try it because it's not a turn-based RPG, so I don't want it, and I want it to be an RPG. Well, it's not what you want. But what is here, if you judge the game for what it is, on its own merits, like every game should be judged, this game's phenomenal. Yeah. I don't really have much to say other than that, but I can't wait to, like, play more. There's so much good about this game. And I kind of hate that they shadow dropped it. I wish they gave it more attention than it did, but maybe they didn't give it more attention because people kept complaining about this series before. And granted, Sticker Star was not a good entry, and Color Splash I've heard meh things about, but like this one's a good fucking entry. Like this one's really good.
Kitty.
Yeah. She's been sweet today.
Yeah, so I guess like the thing that I've been playing the most was, or the thing that I want to talk about the most was Marvel. But I've also been playing Last of Us 2, just to talk about other sappy games, I guess.
Aww.
I don't know. I'm just going through the motions with that game at this moment.
Oh, that's awful.
I know,
like
it's not okay. So I know a lot of people like it's kind of this game split the user base. So I bet there's a lot of people out there that really enjoy the story and the characters and stuff. But for me personally, I'm not enjoying the story. The characters are unlikable. They killed there's actually one guy that's likable. They kill him off, which kind of sucks. It's like, oh man, that's the only one I cared about out of these guys. But now I'm playing as the other side, and I'm actually enjoying that part of the story the most. Just because it seems like there's just more there for me to care about. I don't know. Like I know Ellie's story and everything, and like the ending of the first one really not soured me, but like, changed my opinion on the characters. But knowing these new characters, like they seem pretty cool. But then I read ahead, I got spoiled about what happens, and I'm just like, man, I don't know if I can like anyone here.
Oh no.
But yeah, I'm enjoying the gameplay though. Gameplay's really good. I just wish I cared about the story. It seems to me like they kind of had two different stories they wanted to tell, and they didn't know at which angle to take it at, so they took both angles. That's just me. And this,
I think it's more the idea that they didn't want to take an angle. Like, they wanted to present you with an open-ended thing and let you decide what to take from it.
I guess.
But that means that they don't, that they don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
Because they let you come to your own conclusion.
And there's no real protagonist or anyone that you want to cheer for, really. At least for me, anyways.
I think there will be. I'm curious what you think by the end.
Okay. We'll see. But yeah, that game is really long. Apparently, like I told Justin, I was like at this section in the game, and he's like, "You're not even past the middle point or whatever."
Yeah.
Like I was a third of the way through, maybe.
Mm.
And I've been playing this game for like 10-ish hours now, so.
Feels weird that they felt like they needed to double the game's length, but no, I don't remember hearing anybody complain about the length from the first game at all.
No.
They had a more ambitious story to tell, and that required kind of splitting it up in two halves. But then the problem is, I don't think this is too spoilery. The problem is the second half basically brings you back up to the first half, and then they still have to end the game, if that makes sense. So it's like,
watch a Let's Play of this already.
It just takes you back to the beginning again, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. I played a little bit more Doom, Eternal.
Ooh.
And I'm really liking the differences they've added. Like there's a double jump now. It's crazy to think that there's jumping in Doom, let alone a double jump.
Couldn't you double jump in Doom 2016?
I don't think so. I don't remember that.
You could jump. There was platforming in Doom 2016, wasn't there?
I think you could double jump. Well, you could jump in vaults. I'm not sure if you could double jump.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while since every time. I do the same thing.
Mm-hmm, me too.
But yeah, I like all the platforming. There's a dash in this one. You can double dash like in midair. It's pretty cool.
I can play this game.
Why?
Well, yes and no. I can play this game. I can play it and have it run well and not play on the Switch. But then also, I'll vomit from the first person.
I was gonna say, like, it's really fast paced. It's probably even faster paced than the last one.
Oh no!
I thought you were making like a Mario Kart Double Dash joke. Like, I can play it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you said that.
Oh, I'd never played Double Dash, so I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that as even though I had a GameCube, didn't own that one. Honestly,
I didn't like it. A lot of people say it's the best one. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I can't judge it. Never played it.
It's my favorite.
It's the best.
But yeah, I've been playing some of that. It's been pretty good. I need to play more. I've only played 4 hours. So. I'll probably make that my Sunday game since I beat Superman.
Oh, why? I thought you were just gonna do it for like one stream.
No.
Not beat the damn game.
I beat the game.
Oh my god.
Are you the first person to beat Superman 64?
Well,
I'm pretty sure the developers didn't even beat it.
I haven't.
No, because I don't think so.
I haven't technically beat it. I beat the last level in the normal mode, but there is another secret level in the hard mode.
Oh no.
And I'm not gonna go through that right now. Maybe for a different goal. Maybe a different sub or bit goal or something I'll have it. But apparently that last level is supposed to be more of a bitch than all the other levels, so it's great.
Yeah, you have to fight Brainiac or some shit like that probably.
Yeah, you have to go to a ship and do all some crazy shit. And the ending of Superman is not even that satisfying. For normal mode anyways. It's you fly all the way down this subway, and then they cave in the subway, and then you fly down all the way down on the other side, they cave it in again. And then you fly all the way back to the platforms, and then you just kill everybody there, and then you fly through the roof. And that's it. That's the game.
Is there a story to that?
No.
Does it end in any way?
No. It was just it didn't even. I don't even remember if it said congratulations or anything. It just kicked me out to the main menu.
Probably because it beat it on hard mode, bitch. Get the true ending.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
But yeah, that's probably the worst game I'll ever play in my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really hard to beat that.
Yeah.
So let's head on into the news, but before we go into the news, let's have a little commercial break from our friends at Amazon, I guess.
You know
I'm
what it's going to
personally
be in
friends with-
advance?
I have no idea what the ads are, man. I don't know. I assume it's probably just some like Amazon show or something.
Mm.
Watch The Boys.
Either that or, like-
season 1.
That comes
Season
out
2.
next month.
It does.
Oh,
I can't
God.
wait.
I haven't even watched Doom Patrol or Umbrella Academy. Ugh, I hate myself.
Oh yeah, I saw a commercial for Doom Patrol and I was like, ooh, I should actually watch this.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max. Or I think for you it's
Harley
on Netflix.
It's on Crave.
Harley Quinn season 2 is on HBO Max. I want to watch that.
Is season 1 on there?
Yes, both seasons are on there.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've seen season 1, so that's why I apologize for not bringing that up.
Fair. I still need to watch that. I started
It's
Doom Patrol
so
season
good.
2, and then I caught up because they hadn't finished the season yet, so I need to go back and watch the rest of it.
So Harley Quinn season 1. Harley Quinn was the biggest surprise of last year for me for TV. This show's really fucking funny. Oh, Kite Man.
And we are back. Let's head into the news. So first up, we have Halo, the Master Chief Collection. It's going to get crossplay in 2020.
Yay!
Kind of surprising.
That means I can join you boys.
If you can stop vomiting.
Right.
I will have a bucket next to me and I will mute my mic just to play with you guys.
That'd be fun. We'd probably do multiplayer, though. Because I don't know about the single player with 3 people.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I can do that.
I mean, we could.
You have 3
don't
Master
know.
Chiefs.
Or do you not want to do single player because you know I'll teabag you every time I get the chance?
I mean, that too. That's true. But, yeah, like, I remember when Xbox Game Pass PC, like, first launched, we tried to do, like, a crossplay thing with you on Xbox and me on PC, and it wouldn't work, and I was getting mad, because I was like, it's the same thing! Like, why doesn't it...
Yeah, you have to log into the same account and everything.
Yeah. So, I'm glad they're finally adding this. It seems like a
Cool.
no-brainer.
Yep, there's no specific dates other than 2020, so...
I would assume maybe a month before Halo Infinite, because I doubt they would want to do this like near Halo Infinite's launch, because they want you to play that game versus the older ones.
Yeah. But, I mean, they haven't even added all of them to Game Pass yet.
On PC, yes.
Right. That's what I mean. Like,
Just
they
quick.
still need Halo 4. I don't know if they're gonna add Halo 5, because it's not part of the MCC. But Halo 5 is not on Game Pass PC. So maybe they'll put it separately, I guess.
Is that on Game Pass regular?
It should. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to
It should-
go through all of the ones that are on PC on stream. Like, by the time I get the basement done, so that I can stream 5 from the Xbox. Because I can't do that currently.
Yeah. And thankfully, it's working now on my computer, so we could do
That's
it
good.
next week.
Awesome.
So, speaking of things, I don't know. Spider-Man's coming to Marvel's Avengers exclusively on PlayStation.
Wow.
I was gonna like do the reference with like speaking of things coming to a game, because you were talking about Halo 5, but I was like, that was too far back. We can't reference that. And then it's like, now I'm here.
So you just gave up instead.
Yeah.
That's so much better. Good job.
But yeah, Spider-Man is coming to PlayStation.
Well, coming to Avengers
Yes.
on PlayStation.
Yes.
He's already on PlayStation.
Yeah.
You can buy it for $20.
And Miles Morales is coming soon, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was a weird one. Because at first, like, we were kind of speculating, like, well, if the PS4 or the PlayStation version's getting Spider-Man, then maybe Xbox will get their own exclusive character, and like so will PC. But then Crystal Dynamics came out and said that Spider-Man's going to be the only exclusive character because of their partnership with Sony and like all of that.
Mm.
So it's just kind of weird that there's going to be one character out there that's just only in one place. And like he's going to have exclusive missions and that kind of thing, like all of the heroes will. But he's only on PS4 and 5.
Yeah, they effectively, and then there was a statement that came out later in the week that I think I posted in our general chat, were like, what do you have to say to Xbox and PC players who want to play as Spider-Man? And they said like it's gonna go into me in the Hall of Fame of like horrible video game answers for PR. They have
You
the
have
option
phones,
to
don't
play
you?
it on PlayStation. Huh?
You have phones, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah, it's in there. The quote was, I could be misquoting a little bit, but it's basically they have the option to play Spider-Man on PlayStation, which basically fuck you, PC and Xbox players without saying those words exactly.
That's true. Fuck you. You have to play it on PlayStation.
Yeah. Which, yeah.
Come on.
I just feel like at this point, just make it PS4 exclusive. They should have just done that. Honestly.
Yeah. Well,
if they were
there's
gonna
so
do this.
much other exclusive stuff on the PlayStation version. Like, that's what I saw the writing on the wall. I was going to get it on Xbox because I figured it'd be a better experience. But
Probably
then,
run
like,
better.
the PS4 got, like, early beta, and you can play the game 3 days early, or 4 days early, something like that.
Yeah.
You can do it on Xbox too, I think.
I don't think.
Because I was
so.
going to pre-order it, and then, like, I canceled it when I saw that quote I just said. And it said, play in 3 days early. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's on Xbox too.
Okay, fair enough.
The beta thing's probably PS4 though.
Yeah, it is. But, like, there's still some exclusive costumes and other, like, cosmetic type things like that, that PS4 is getting too. Like, I think each character is getting, like, a premium skin, nameplate, and emote, I want to say, on the PlayStation version, and then each new character that comes out post-launch will also get an exclusive one. For the PlayStation version. And then I think there was also like exclusive pre-order stuff for the PlayStation version. And then now an entirely exclusive character with, their own missions and everything. Like, there's so much that's on the PS4 version. I don't know why you would get it anywhere else unless you just don't have that system. But
Right.
like you said, they, to say, well, they have the option to play it on PlayStation is kind of a sleazy move then.
Yeah, like if they had said at the start this is going to be exclusive to PlayStation, would Xbox fans be salty? Sure, but at least it's like they're not getting because basically you're getting like not technically a lesser version of the game, but you're getting a game that's technically missing content.
Right.
On the technically like just to compare to a fighting game standpoint, like the last time a fighting game had a exclusive character was Kratos in Mortal Kombat 11. That's just he's a Sony character. He's literally a Sony character. Or if or Soul Calibur 2, but at least in that version, every console had their own exclusive character.
Right,
so
that would be different.
Yeah, so like if Xbox got Wolverine and PC got, I don't know, some shitty Inhuman, because fuck PC, I guess. I can't maybe it would have hurt less. Like, okay, fuck you, I get Wolverine. Fuck you, I get a Fantastic Four member. I get the Thing or something like that. Like that would have been fine. I think it would have lessened the blow a little bit. But the fact that they're not gonna do anything for those players, that's really shitty.
Yeah, although I get it from their standpoint too, because then they're creating 3 unique characters that are segregated by platform rather than one for one platform.
Then just like that to me is like they should have just made Spider-Man available everywhere, because it's not like Spider-Man game-wise is exclusive to Sony, because then he wouldn't be in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Right. Well, it's because of their partnership, like, with the Spider-Man games. Not Spider-Man as a character specifically.
I just find that answer really lame.
It is.
Like that's just selfish and greedy, honestly.
Yeah. Sony paid the big bucks to get something exclusive. That's, like, it's all on the Sony side. And they do make a lot of sleazy decisions. I'm just glad that I got it on PlayStation so I can play Spider-Man.
Yeah, I hope I really hope he's fun, because it's gonna make it worse if he. Well, actually, would it be worse if Spider-Man sucks? Like if he's not fun to play as?
Yes, it would, because it would suck for us to play and then be like, oh, Spider-Man's bad.
Yeah, because then you're getting free exclusive content that's not good.
Okay.
Which, I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal because you don't have to play him. But, like, if they do, drop the raids, for example, let's say there's, like, 8 heroes by that time. Well, I guess 9 heroes, including Spider-Man. And it's an 8-person raid. Someone's probably gonna be Spider-Man.
Right.
Yeah, I was saying earlier that there's probably going to be a lot of Spider-Man mains out there.
Yeah.
Whole
But I
team
can
of
already
Spider-
see like how he'd be an easy character to implement because
Yeah.
a lot of those abilities are already there.
Yeah.
So it makes
for
sense, but then to make him exclusive is the sleazy part.
Yeah. It'd be like MK11 releasing. Okay, we're gonna have who was the DLC character? We're gonna have Terminator exclusive only to Xbox. Right, like that would have been shitty. That would have split your player base. Because I kind of hope this game would have gotten crossplay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before the Spider-Man announcement, because like, okay, well maybe they'll add crossplay, and I'll get it then. That way you guys can play on PS4.
Yeah, that's not going to happen now.
Machine. No, for sure. It can't happen now because you have it's missing content. Because if it did happen, it'd be hilarious actually if it did happen. Because then you're just gonna have PlayStation users taunting Xbox people, just like swinging, hey babe, look at me, I'm Spider-Man.
Or they somehow lock Spider-Man out of crossplay, which is even worse.
Oh yeah, then you can't play as your main. Yeah, that'd be awful.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's very anti-consumer, but like I said, it's
Sony
Sony's
is
fault. Like, I
anti-consumer.
don't blame the game.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that Spider-Man's being added. I wish he wasn't exclusive. Like, even getting to play as him, I feel bad for the people that don't. Like, it upsets me for them. But I'm excited still. You can't take away my excitement for the character just because you don't get to play him. I just feel bad for you for not getting to play him.
Just make Wolverine exclusive to Xbox. Like, come on, just do that.
I do hope they add Wolverine. He'd be awesome in this game.
Speaking of surprise announcements, we got Pikmin 3 Deluxe coming to the Switch.
Another shadow drop.
dropped.
Yeah. But, again, speaking of sleazy business practices, they coincided this announcement with delisting the game on Wii U, the Wii U eShop.
Yeah.
Wow.
And all of the DLC. And then they're charging $60 on this for Switch when it was $20 on Wii U.
Yeah, that's really fucked up.
That is
because it's part of the Nintendo Selects.
Yeah, I have my physical copy still, which is why I'm not going to buy this version.
I think I sold mine.
Yeah.
I'm going to set my Wii U back up at the basement, so I'll be fine. Like, I can play it if I want.
Yeah. But
there is some new content in this one. There's, like, some side mission stuff with Louis and Olimar. And that seems interesting. But not enough to spend $60 on this game again.
Yeah, I'll be curious. I only spent like $20 because I bought it like right when it was made a select. Actually went to a Toys R Us before it went out of business to buy it. Saw Batman v Superman. I'm curious to see how it plays without the gamepad because I stopped playing the game because I got overwhelmed by managing 3 characters and I was with the gamepad. I can't imagine what it's going to be like without.
They did highlight that it has campaign multiplayer. So I could see it like online multiplayer where each player is controlling one person in the game.
Are you saying we should all get Pikmin 3? And we should all
I'm not paying full price.
Yeah, I'm not paying full price. And Nintendo games never go on sale, so. But like I think that would help, but as far as single player, it would probably just be like a toggle.
Where we drop?
There would be a mini-map on the screen, and then you would just have a button to switch between characters, and you'd have to check on them that way.
Yeah, Pikmin 3 is a unique game. I just got overwhelmed by it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
I think it's definitely the best Pikmin game, but I don't need to play it again. Yeah, I don't need to buy it again, I should say.
Yeah.
But hey, it's cool. Like, if this means that we're one step closer to Pikmin 4, great. I hope it sells well.
Speaking of games that sell well, Street Fighter 5 summer update.
So I didn't think you were gonna go here already. Okay.
I don't know.
So yeah,
I have nothing else for anything else. So
this was just they had announced this like I think a week before. They had a huge summer update concerning Season V, as they're calling it. It happened this past Wednesday, which just to get where they announced a couple characters for the game. They actually announced 4 out of the 5 characters. First and foremost, as of right now, actually I probably will up and from August 19th. With this episode should be live before August 19th. Oh, definitely. Street Fighter V is free to download, and I think it's all the characters. So if you want to try Street Fighter V Champion Edition, now, even though the netcode's not good, or if you just want to try arcade mode, give it a chance on the Chiefs roster, it's there. Although I will say that the day they made it free, it created a login issue for every single Street Fighter player, and one of the Street Fighter tournaments I watch on that I watch every Wednesday had to cancel because nobody could log into the game to play. So womp womp, Capcom doing a good thing, and it just backfires on them. But also Street Fighter League Season 3 is happening. It's going to start later this year, so that's cool. And the finals will be at Capcom Cup in 2021. So that's going to be pretty cool. But let's get down to the meat of this, which is the characters. The first character that they announced, and I'm not going to lie, it kind of surprised me that this character is coming back. Dan Hibiki is making his debut in Street Fighter V. The King of Fighters mock character, if you don't know, Dan was a character who showed up in Street Fighter Alpha as poking fun at SNKs, basically karate dudes. And so he's here. No trailer for him. Oddly enough, they just showed not even like a direct capture, but like a camcorder. That's me. Like a recording of a desktop screen of some of his moves. Yeah, it was kind of odd, but like you got a little bit of he's definitely Dan. He's definitely not nowhere near finished. So Dan Hibiki, he's gonna come out winter of this year, so probably either December, January. Capcom Cup's kind of being moved around right now. And so, but the next character, and we have was actually presented by Kenny Omega, Thomas's favorite wrestler in the whole wide world. And at first it didn't look like we were going to get a new character because he was basically promoting t-shirts. It's actually a cool AEW Kenny Omega Dan Hibiki t-shirt you can buy that he showed off. So it's like him versus Dan Hibiki at the end.
Yeah, they have a lot of really cool t-shirts that's crossed over with Street Fighter.
Yeah, then the other one they showed was Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks fighting Ken, Ryu, and Akuma, so that was pretty cool. But then he basically teased the announcement. The second character that's going to be released is Rose from Street Fighter Alpha, one of the more requested characters coming in. She is going to come in spring of 2021. And then finally they revealed the other two characters, the next one being Oro, who is also oddly requested. I say oddly just because he's weird as fuck character. He fights with a turtle in his hand. He's the Hermit from Street Fighter 3. One of the more unique playstyles in Street Fighter history. He's going to come out summer 2021. And then the character that got announced that nobody saw coming, that made fighting game fans flip their shit because they made them say Capcom remembers this game. Akira Kazama from Rival Schools is gonna be in Street Fighter 4.
Wow, Rival Schools.
Yeah, this is Capcom has ignored Rival Schools for ever now, and just like Darkstalker, they pretty much anything past Street Fighter 5 or the Versus series, it don't matter anymore. So the fact there's actually two characters from Rival Schools that are in one of the stages in Street Fighter 5, but this is gonna be the first playable character that's gonna be in here, and she's one of the more popular ones. And she's gonna come also looks like in summer 2021, so that's kind of huge. So a lot of people has a lot of Capcom fans thinking, are we gonna get another Rival Schools game, or at the least maybe a Rival Schools collection? Maybe to drum up interest for her.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because Rival Schools games are really badass. Rival Schools and then Project Justice. Those are really dope games. And then the final character has yet to be revealed. But what's cool about this is that if you watch the presentation itself, they presented it very much like Monster Hunter. If you ever seen any of those updates where you have the developers around a round table with kind of a theme in the background, they very much took hints from that. But for the first time in, I think, Street Fighter 5's history, they presented a roadmap. An actual roadmap on when that thing's coming out. Because one of the things that people hated about Capcom, and this is why I feel like Capcom fans are being fucking fickle right now, is that you're not telling us anything. Why? When's the character? What's going on? Like last year, we didn't know anything about Honda, Lucia, and Poison coming out at all until they were released. So now they presented or Gil and Seth in December. We didn't know anything. They didn't talk to us. So now they presented an actual roadmap, and you can see it on the PlayStation blog, from winter 20 to fall 2021, which means those rumors of Street Fighter 6 coming out in 2021, Street Fighter 5 is here to stay, bitches. Suck my nuts.
Oh, wow.
So, so it shows from winter 20 to fall 2021. So, presumably, Street Fighter 6 ain't coming out to 2023, if that at the earliest. So, but even then, some fans were still not happy because they're talking about the fact that, spring of next year, and it's already August. For at least for Rose, or even winter for Dan. Also coming in winter is a new battle mechanic and new balance. Which always the new balance at the end of the year. Kind of change everything, but so a lot of people don't know what the new mechanic is. We're all curious, but they didn't mention anything on that. So yeah, Street Fighter V is alive and well. I still don't believe this game needed new characters, honestly, but we got some fan favorites with Dan, Rose, and Oro. And Akira Kazama is definitely... I'm not going to pretend like I'm a huge Rival Schools fan because I didn't play it as much as a kid, but I know a lot of people do. I think it is a big deal that she's in it because it just Capcom acknowledging another fighting game franchise that's not Darkstalkers. Even though they ignore that franchise pretty well too.
Yeah, they do.
It's cool. But again, it's like people forget there's a fucking pandemic, and it's probably pushed the publishing schedule of these release dates back significantly. I guarantee we were supposed to get Dan pretty early on, a lot earlier than intended. But yeah, that's it. We'll probably hear from Capcom again at Capcom Cup early next year.
So speaking of add-ons and DLC for other games, we have Doom Eternal campaign getting an expansion. So, introducing the upcoming campaign expansion for Doom Eternal, The Ancient Gods Part 1. Full trailer has been revealed at Gamescom, opening night live on August 27th.
Kind of surprising. The first Doom didn't get, campaign DLC, did it?
No.
Because that's usually, story-related stuff, and Doom doesn't really have a story.
Well, this one does.
Well,
yeah, so it's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You become the king of hell. I actually don't know. I don't.
It is a battle between, heaven and hell, is what it says.
Yeah.
Which...
What if you actually get to kill God in this?
I mean, you probably kill the devil, right?
No, but, what if, you fight angels or something?
No.
I think that's the idea.
No.
Oh, if you get to kill God, oh my God, yes. Shotgun God in the face? Yes, please! I will buy this game in this expansion and have a bucket with me at my side at all times just to get through it.
Imbalance of power in heaven. If it's hell on earth, you'd think that would bleed into heaven.
There is no heaven.
There isn't?
I don't know. You said that there's, they actually said, yeah, power in heaven, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna shoot God in the face. You're gonna shoot God. Sorry.
And, there's no full trailer or anything yet, but the info in here, the monsters look different. They look like celestial.
Ooh.
So, I think it's angels. Just saying.
I don't think see anything celestial about these guys.
What? 16 seconds. There's a thing that's all yellow and has wings. And then releases an aura around it.
That looks like one of the demons.
You look like a demon.
No, okay, so I can't remember what the hell they're called, but it's these special witch demons or whatever. It kind of looks like one of those, but I
don't know. Yeah, part 1 is also interesting. There's going to be a whole season pass of story DLC for a Doom game.
You figure the Doomslayer, he kills demons. He wouldn't want to fight heaven or God.
I don't care who he. I don't think he cares who.
The creatures of hell are just fallen angels.
Yeah, but they're bad.
I mean,
if you go by supernatural lore, the angels are no angels either.
The angels aren't angels.
I'm just saying, they get just as power hungry, but in different ways.
Right.
They think they're doing right, but they use their power, too much. Like, their current big bad in Supernatural, like the last season, is God. It's pretty cool.
Anybody, listeners who's gonna get this expansion, please tweet me if you get to shoot God in the face, because I will buy this game just to shoot God. This is for COVID, motherfucker. Sorry.
Alright. Next up we have Rocksteady just shadow dropping an announcement. Suicide Squad, August 22nd at DC Fandom.
Yeah.
I need more opinions. Is this logo good or bad?
I think it looks cool.
I think it's fine.
Like, it's confusing, but it works.
Yeah, the C works for Squad, and then the U works for... Or no, the U works for
Wow.
Squad,
See?
the C works for Suicide, and then in the middle it looks like a target. So
Yeah, I know. Like, I think it's really clever, but I want to know, like, from graphic designers specifically, like, if it works.
I think it does.
Yeah.
Considering
cool.
they
It's
tweeted out
huge.
target locked, and then it's a image of what looks like Superman, but we can't see his face, can't see
And
his
he's
chest.
purple.
We only see his back, but yet he has a purple hue to him, and his eyes are like glowing purple.
And his skin's kind of crackling.
Yep.
Kind of cracky.
So people are saying that this kind of looks like Bizarro Superman. So are we Suicide Squad taking down Bizarro?
Or Bizarro
Yeah,
could be on the team.
Oh.
No, that would. No. No.
We're not giving you a Superman game. We're giving you a Bizarro Superman game.
Yeah, why not?
If it is, I mean, if that, I don't think so. It could be the Suicide Squad against like evil supervillains or dangerous supervillains, and Bizarro's just one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
There's,
considering
like-
it says target locked, and it's locked on the Superman figure. I don't think you're playing this.
There was a leak going around of, like, what's coming out in fandom, and I never, like, super trust leaks, but one of the things that was leaked was a Justice League versus Suicide Squad game.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which people are thinking that's what that is,
Yeah.
but then you'd think the title would be Justice League versus Suicide Squad.
Unless they're holding that back for that that reaction.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
Because that would be kind of like, it's one like, oh, they're a Suicide Squad game, really? And then you have the Justice League in, and I'm like, oh, that'll be the big shocker.
I mean, that would be cool. Like, if you can play as both sides, like, that'd be pretty epic.
Which means I would get my Superman game before Metroid Prime Trilogy. I will teabag even more.
I take it back. It's just Suicide Squad.
But yeah, this is really hype, and
Yeah,
I can't wait.
we finally know what Rocksteady's making.
Yeah. I wonder if it'll be exclusive to next gen consoles, or is it going to be playable on both? That's my question.
It would have to be next gen, right? That's why it's taken so long, because they
Yeah.
were porting it.
Probably, yeah.
All right, so let's finish up with the state of play.
The state of May.
No,
This was just okay.
I didn't watch
it was solid.
It was fine. The Crash Bandicoot 4 looks better than I thought it would. It actually has a lot of, like, mechanics in it, like, you know, gimmicks, but still, like, things to vary up the gameplay rather than just the run and jump platforming levels that the first 3 games were, for the most part. There's
You get
also
to play as
what?
you get to play as Dingo Dial.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but he seemed cool. You also play as the bad guy. What's his name?
Didn't you play the Insane Trilogy? Or did you only play
You only
Spyro?
played Spyro.
No, I played the Insane Trilogy. I just didn't play very much of it because I kind of lost interest on each game.
Oh, right, because yeah, I was gonna mock you there, but I chose.
I didn't like it.
Sorry.
But no, the Cortex, I think, is the bad guy. He's also playable. And then Coco is like the other playable character. Like, you can play the entire game as Crash or her. and then there's like Dingo Dial and Cortex levels.
Cool.
And then there's Quantum Masks, which change up like the physics and things like that during various platforming sections, which is what kind of got me hype. It gave me like some Mario Galaxy vibes in some of the sections, because there's one that like
cool.
switches gravity, and one that like slows down time, and some different things like that, which is the kind of thing that I feel like Crash has been missing. Like those, those level gimmicks that vary up what you do in each level. I never found his moveset very interesting. That's all I'll say about that. But yeah, it looks real cool. There's a lot of variety to the gameplay there. Then they had Hitman 3, very short trailer, but it did confirm that Hitman 3 will support VR.
Which is wild.
Yeah, and they're also bringing that VR support to the other 2 Hitman games, which is even crazier.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. Like, it doesn't interest me, but like, Thomas was excited about the VR part.
Yeah, like you can sneak around these like extravagant locales trying to murder people.
With your own hands.
Yep. It's kind of great.
Mm-hmm.
This is my murder simulator.
Yeah. And then the surprise announcement of you hold ketchup packets on the controllers
Just to make it more real.
Yeah. You can feel the blood squirt out as
you're choking out.
Yep.
Thomas,
surprise.
what are you doing? Nothing.
Why do you have ketchup on you?
Don't worry about it. I'm hungry.
Is that ketchup?
Okay?
All right, our bit's
Okay.
over.
Surprise! I didn't want to continue until I knew you were done. Surprise announcement of Braid Anniversary Edition. I didn't realize how old that game was.
Yeah, man, that game's old.
But like the Anniversary Edition looks good.
Yep.
I mean, I think it's a solid looking game anyway,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
they definitely brought it up.
This is that the dude who is this the same dude who made Fez, right?
No, this is the dude that made The Witness.
Okay, never mind. Okay, so I can play this game.
Something else between those.
Are you sure? I thought it was just
It was
The
another
Witness.
like kind of narrative. I actually played it. I can't remember what it's called. I haven't played The Witness or Braid. Look it up. I can't remember offhand. But it was like a top-down.
Jonathan Blow. He's only made Braid and The Witness.
What?
He also has games called Jai Language and Game 3 and other work. Let's see what his other work is.
I just didn't want to confuse it with.
He's an indie investor.
Bastion.
The Fez guy.
Bastion's not.
No,
From
Bastion isn't him.
No,
okay.
Bastion Supergiant.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I thought it was like related to Braid somehow, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I think it just came out around the same time and was kind of like thematically similar.
Similar art styles.
Yeah. Next we have The Pathless, which was interesting.
Which was Pathless.
It felt like Breath of the Wild if it had no goals. So like just the world exploration,
So
exploring
Breath of the
shrines, like. Well, yeah, I mean, fair. But like you only have a bow and your hawk. And it's an open world game, like very low key. You do what you want when you want. I didn't really understand what the point of it was.
Yeah.
You saved the princess, probably.
I did like the movement though. The movement speed looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
From
dashing
the
around.
makers of Abzu. That makes sense.
Okay,
I didn't
the
expect him to
art
do
style looks similar.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect him to do a flaming uppercut, but here we are. He doesn't do a flaming uppercut. I'm just.
No. Also, I think it's a girl. But yeah, Abzu's kind of also like a meandering like free roam game.
Yeah, that's like you start from A
So.
to B. It's not really a open world type thing.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, it's also horrifying.
It's true. Then we got another trailer, a release date trailer for Spelunky 2, which is another game that is much older than I realized.
Yep.
Yeah.
Came out the same year as Braid, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, one of the OG indie games.
Weren't they both part of the Summer of Arcade or no?
I think so.
Yeah. I remember when that
anyway, this one has online multiplayer, a lot more gameplay mechanics, kind of a nicer, like, realistic physics type system. I don't know, it looked cool. I'm not a big Spelunky fan, but it definitely seems like it's very much an expansion of that idea for people that like it. Then we have a few Ben-looking games.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to mention the name?
There's Genshin Impact.
Yeah, I want to play this game so bad.
Which, this is the Anime Breath of the Wild game. Like, I've seen the trailers for it before.
Is this the game where I think it was the Chinese man who got angry about this game or something? Because I know there was like not controversy, but like he got so mad he broke his PS4 or something.
What?
Or something like that. I could be misremembering it, but like, there was something about like how this is like a Breath of the Wild ripoff.
There's been a few of those lately, but this is one of them, like one of the higher profile ones.
But the anime girl is pretty, and that's all I care about. Look at her.
Yeah.
Nice red costume.
Like, I don't totally understand, like, again, the point of this game, but it does look pretty, and it definitely evokes the Breath of the Wild, like, atmosphere. But
yeah, different characters.
I don't get the gameplay of it. Like, it feels like a JRPG, but obviously it's action. But then there's like open world elements, but you have a party, and so it's just like I need to see like just straight gameplay of it in action to really understand it.
It looks really pretty. I like that the colors really, really pop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool. I definitely I thought of you immediately when I saw this game. And next we have one that we'll have to talk about a little bit more. But it's called Aeon Must Die.
Yep.
It's kind of a mech beat 'em up game that may or may not actually exist.
Oh boy.
We'll get back to that.
I think we should talk about that now before we move into the other.
All right, that's fine.
Ones.
So Jason Schreier reported that this game, like the trailer for it, was not made by the actual studio, which has been dissolved.
Right.
It was outsourced to various artists that did not work on the game and just basically made it out of like assets.
Right.
So the studio was dissolved because of not malpractice. What word am I thinking of?
Bankruptcy.
Abuse and manipulation. I'll just go with that. It's not what I was thinking of, but so mismanagement. That's it.
Okay.
That's the word. And there's a whole slew of information that was released in a Dropbox by I think one of the developers of it. But yeah, this studio doesn't exist anymore. All the people have been gone for like over a month or two. And so they were also surprised that this game got a trailer announcement during the State of Play.
Right.
Because they're not working on it anymore.
You figure PlayStation would do the research.
Right. So I have a feeling this is one of those cases where like all this stuff was ready for a while and they just kept delaying it because maybe they were waiting on a few announcements and then COVID and all that stuff. So like it's very possible this was a trailer that was made months ago, when the game was still being developed. And they just never took it out of the show. But it's still just kind of an interesting case here. Because this game's probably never going to come out. And yet, there is a very nice looking trailer of it during a high profile State of Play presentation.
When we were watching this, we were kind of like, where's the game part in this? Because it kind of looked like a show or a movie at first.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't look right, And now we know why.
Yeah, it's real weird. So I encourage you to look more into this. I don't want to go over all the details. But if this interests you, like, you know, the behind the scenes of game development, it's a fascinating story, that's for sure. But the game itself looked neat, like graphically.
Yeah,
I don't really know what it is.
Yeah.
It's like a mech beat 'em up type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, next was probably my game of show, just because of the style of it. And I don't really know how to say this name, but it's Anno Mutationum. Sure. I call it a cyberpunk Metroidvania.
Yeah.
They're like the actual description of it is a cyberpunk styled 2D, 3D hybrid platformer.
Woof.
Where there's some light RPG elements where you get like new weapons and things as you go, and they have skill trees to upgrade, and you can like, you know, focus on whichever weapon styles you want.
Cool.
But it switches between 2D side-scroller sections and 3D, like, not open world, but open area sections. So you might like walk down an alleyway, like, you know, away from the screen, and it'll like pan in to like a behind the shoulder like 3D view. And then you'll go out and it'll go back to the 2D view of like the city street or whatever you're walking on. And so it's really unique looking. And like, again, they don't show a lot of gameplay, but it seems like it has some cool, like some combat moments, some like kind of choice-based RPG type things. Like I said, a lot of like, you know, RPG type management, character management, really interesting story stuff. Like it's a strange mix. And even the graphics, like they're a weird mix of like really high res 2D sprites and like 3D environments. But that's kind of jarring when it like switches from 2D to 3D and you're still playing like a sprite character. But I kind of like that style too.
Yep. I don't know if you saw the trailer from 2 years ago about this game, but they've definitely improved it quite a bit. Like just the camera itself, there's a huge difference. In the original, it wasn't as panned out, so you couldn't really see as much. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it just looks way better now. I'm definitely interested, especially with the style, like the Blade Runner type style.
I kind of do hope it's a Metroidvania because I was reading that like it might not be, you know, fully that style, but you can like access old areas after you've upgraded your weapons.
Yeah, the stuff I saw
like, I think
before,
there's some of that element.
Yeah, the stuff I saw before, where everyone was calling it a Metroidvania, so hopefully it's something like that.
Yeah, it's just interesting they're not branding it that way, because usually things want to be called Metroidvanias, even if they're not. Yeah. Like Carry On, for example. Like, that is to an extent, but it's very loose Metroidvania, because there's no map or anything. But, like, everyone wants to have that label, because it's such a rare genre these days. Outside of, you know, Metroid games, which are also rare.
Maybe they want to be something bigger than Metroid and Castle.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Wait, are you saying... Hold on. You said Metroidvania is a rare genre?
Yeah.
Or... Okay.
Like, actual Metroidvanias, not roguelikes or anything.
Okay. That's all.
Don't belittle me. Next we have Bug Snacks. Moving on.
No. We need to talk about Bug Snacks, alright? Because, like, they actually showed off what you're doing in this game and, like, how you're doing
Did they?
Yes, you're capturing bugs, you're capturing things. You're setting up traps. This is basically like a Viva Pinata, but first person.
Is that what Viva Pinata was?
Yeah, you were capturing all these different, like,
I thought Viva Pinata was like a farm simulator.
It was, but you were capturing them and, like, breeding them and stuff. This one,
it's... That wasn't a party game? I thought it was a party game.
No.
Okay, it just sounded like a party game.
But, like, that's what I was trying to get at, was that, like, you're capturing these different animals. I don't know what you're doing with them, but you're capturing them.
You're eating them.
Well, maybe, and then also at the end, it got, like, really dark all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that was about.
I don't understand this game, and I don't really want to.
I wasn't interested in this at all, but now like my curiosity's peaked ever since that twist
No!
at the end. And maybe a week from now you'll have me like singing the Bugsnax song. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's what happens. Like Bugsnax like it's like an infestation.
right.
It's like once it gets you, you're all in on Bugsnax.
Yo, I need to talk about Bugsnax. You don't understand. Oh man. Anyways, yeah. Then after that, we had Vader Immortal for PlayStation VR.
Which I did not realize
Cool.
wasn't already on PlayStation VR, but
No.
that's neat.
Yep, August 25th. Can't wait to.
Are you gonna pick that up?
Yeah. I don't know if I'll get it at launch, but I'll eventually get it.
I still need to get it on Quest. I was waiting for a deal, but I don't think it's gonna happen because it's Star Wars.
Yeah. Then after that, we had Control, Alan Wake DLC. I got super hyped about this because fucking Alan Wake is back, boys. There wasn't a whole lot else shown. Just the motel from Control. Yeah, just running around shooting stuff. But then, yeah, Alan Wake was at the end. Like a actual image of him. It's kind of great. There was different references throughout the trailer about light, like you have to stay in the light and stuff like that. So maybe they'll do something like that with this DLC, where you have to stay in the light and the shadows that are chasing you can't go into the light, stuff like that. Yeah, I'll let you do the rest.
Then we had Auto Chess, which I still don't understand what that is. People love it. It's been on PC and mobile before, but now it's coming to PS4, so neat if you like auto chess. Then there's the Pedestrian, which I've actually kind of been keeping an eye on a little bit. Like it was, I think, in early access on PC. As just like kind of a shadow dropped little indie title. And now it's coming to PS4 and Switch. It wasn't listed here, obviously, but it is coming to Switch. And it's just kind of a neat take on a puzzle platformer type thing where like everything takes place on signs and you're trying to get your sign man from place to place. It's kind of cool. I don't know. And visually it's really unique too.
Yep.
Then we have Hood, Outlaw, and Legends, which, I mean, sure. Like it looks very generic. I think it's supposed to be like kind of a cops and robbers type thing where it's like multiplayer with two teams, the Outlaws and the Legends, and you're going after each other. Sure. Like nothing really stood out about this game. And I think we spent the entire time like wondering what IP it was going to be, and then they showed it and we're like, "Oh. Okay." And then didn't have anything else to say, because who cares? Then we got kind of a surprise announcement of Temtem coming to PS5. They've said, like, in their early access notes and stuff on PC, that their ultimate goal is consoles in 2021. But for one, I didn't expect a PS5 announcement, because it's not that taxing or anything. But I guess they're just going straight next gen. But also, I didn't expect that because like it's still in early access on PC. You'd think they would wait until they're 1.0 and then announce it's coming.
Maybe it'll be 1.0 when it launches for PS5.
Yeah.
I think that's the idea. But I mean, they've been making good progress. Like their summer update that like brought in a new region and stuff was I think it was delayed by a month with all that's going on. So like as far as an early access game, they're keeping on it. They're no Anthem or anything.
Damn, roasted.
And they ended the show with way too much of a deep dive into Godfall.
Yeah, they did
so
a
I'll
lot
let you
of
take it over
Godfall.
again.
I saw this and I wanted to like, okay, I'm like, I did the Jerry Seinfeld getting out of the like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah, it had a lot of vibes of Two Human and Rise, Son of Rome. Not games that didn't set the world on fire.
Mhm.
I want to play that.
I respect it as a new IP, but it seems pretty generic.
Yeah, it's like a new IP on a new console, like early launch stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's the type of thing you always see.
It's usually when they can take risks because they know there's not a lot of other things in the library,
Yeah,
but they're also
buy it.
rarely the best games.
right. But this has something going for it where it's a looter slasher, so they might keep up development with the game going forward.
Are we gonna hit like a bubble point with these games?
I think we're
games?
nearly there.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're nearly there.
When
It's like-
every game is games as service, you can't play them all.
Right.
Yeah. There's like Halo Infinite's gonna be one. Like
Avengers?
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed has been recently. Like,
Really?
No, it hasn't. No,
Okay, I was like, I thought they were still just hardcore single player games.
they are.
Um,
I mean, they have DLC, but it's like story expansion.
no,
stuff.
I'm not talking about like online, but games as service isn't just like a multiplayer online games.
well,
it just means they have a long tail on them.
But I meant like the multiplayer stuff where like it's like that's what I mean. Those kind of games.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because like then I don't count fighting games as games of service.
I do.
Honestly. Kind of, but I feel like
It's
there's
anything
enough-
with like regular content added,
Yeah,
like for years.
Like
true. Then I
MMOs
guess
are games of service, pretty much.
true.
Yeah,
But there's
Well,
not.
that was
there's
where
not,
the
like-
idea came from.
Yeah. But I feel like a lot of them are looter shooters or looter something
Mhm.
in the West at least, and it's just like I feel like we're gonna hit that bubble soon, and some people are gonna lose their jobs because of it probably.
Oh yeah, and you also just can't sustain all of those. Like, look at GTA 5. That game keeps coming out, but
Right.
you don't see a GTA 6 on the horizon. And now Red Dead 2 with its online service,
Mhm.
like they're gonna be managing GTA Online and Red Dead Online at the same time for the foreseeable future, since GTA Online is going to PS5. Like, Rockstar's not going to get to work on anything else.
I think they're still working on 6, aren't they?
I don't know. Supposedly they're doing Bully 2.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I'm
what's
just
going
saying,
on.
like, it's taking valuable resources away from these things when you're working on your games as service games for years and years and years. Even though, yeah, they make enough money to justify it.
Yeah, they're the games that make the money so they can make other games.
Right.
So it's how it works. It's how business works. You make money to
Mhm.
make another things that makes money to make the other thing.
Well, EA's kind of got it right. Like, they have their yearly titles, which I've never thought I would say that, by the way.
Wow.
They have their yearly titles that make just, like, ridiculous money. And they put that towards their yearly bonuses. But also, they put, like, 1% of it towards their EA originals
Yeah.
that don't make that much money. But they know that they don't have to make much money because they're making plenty of money on the side.
I know you guys don't know anything about the UFC, but the UFC games they made, they supported 3 for a few years. Like, they didn't make a UFC 4 or 5. Like, they kept updating that game, even though it's one of their yearly sports game titles. It's crazy.
Weird.
Yeah,
I wish they would do that more.
yeah, it's crazy.
Because, like, especially now, like, I understood back in the day having yearly sports titles and stuff, because that's the only way you can update it.
Yeah,
But now you could literally just put out an update for the game.
roster.
You don't have to put out a $60 game every year, but they do because people will buy it.
Yep. Because they're suckers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyways, Godfall. Yeah, it's gonna have the bonus of being a new IP on a next gen.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll do okay.
It'll probably get critically panned, but sell. Oh god, maybe it won't sell well.
Because unlike previous years, like where you had to play the new console with the new games, you have access to your old games
Yeah,
on the new console, so it has competition already.
right.
Like you can play Avengers on your PS. Well, maybe not at launch. We'll have to see, but like whenever it launches or something like that. So it may not.
I mean, they're
do
all
well.
getting those free upgrades. Like, a
Yeah,
lot
it
of the
may not do
PS4
well.
games coming out right now are getting free upgrades to next gen.
Yeah,
So that's going to be built-in launch titles.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Okay, so the two games I compared it to, Crytek made Rise: Son of Rome, so they're all right. But the other guys that made Two Human, they're no longer around. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
But this is Gearbox, right?
Yeah, it's Gearbox Publishing.
Oh, who's making it?
Some Chinese studio. I don't know.
Okay. So I was gonna say Gearbox will be fine, but I guess if they're not making it.
No.
They're just putting up the money, maybe?
Yeah, they're publishing.
Yeah. I don't know how it works. I'm stupid.
Anyways,
it's like the producer, basically.
Counterplay Games. Let's see what they've done. Live Googling, folks.
Riveting.
This looks like it's their only game.
Ooh.
Their first game. Let's say it that way.
Okay.
That doesn't bode confidence either way.
Maybe also their last game, but
Oh.
if you say it's their first game, it sounds better than their only game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So that'll do it for us this week. Justin, where can the people find you?
You can find me if you look for Zero Score on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. I don't know why I always act like there's going to be more than 3 things. I was going to start streaming the Avengers beta on Mondays, but then I realized that it's only on weekends, so I had to scramble and come up with another plan. So I'm going to be doing Metroid Prime starting on Monday instead. But that'll be fun. I found some cool an HD texture pack for it, and then I'm also running it at 1080p on the Dolphin emulator, so it looks real good.
Ben.
Twitter.com/MarvelousE for all things concerning the self-proclaimed Marvelous One. And, of course, thank you to everybody who's checking out Atomic Shot. I'm really loving doing that show with my buddy Tyler. Just episode that just went live is Ghidorah, the 3-headed monster, as Godzilla, Mothra, and Rodan have to team up unwillingly to take on the 3-headed demon from space. So this coming next week is Invasion of Astro Monster, not Invasion of the Astro Monster, as I was saying before we did the show, but Invasion of Astro Monster, as it's basically a rematch, but introducing a nice new twist into the Godzilla mythos that would forever and ever stay along for the ride. Look forward to those. That episode was already recorded. It's done. So if you have any questions, just hit up me and Tyler on Twitter. I think it's Tyler's "Hey, it's that Ty" on Twitter, and then me it's Marvsig, of course. And use the hashtag Atomic Shot so that way we see it, or we'll probably see it his because nobody tweets at me at all. I'm a lonely bitch. But yeah, that's all I got.
And you can find me, your host Thomas, on Twitter at Gameplay Stuff, also on Twitch as Gameplay Stuff. We stream this show every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. And you can email me, thomas@charshut.com, if you want to be a guest on one of our shows. And visit our website, charshut.com, for audio, video, written content. Review our show on iTunes, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get podcasts. And until then, guys, enjoy your games and have a good night.
And wash your hands.
And wear your mask.